professionally, what I do for a living is I'm a juggler, okay? That's what I do for a living. I'm a juggler and clown. And while I travel all over the world, while I travel all over the world, I figured, you know, after the shows or during the shows, I'm just taking my camera with me and taking some pictures. That's how I really started out. And so I took my camera with me and took some pictures. And for example, this one here is a piece where I worked in Prague with a group from Moscow. And this group is a buffoon group, and they called Mimic Ricci. And I was working with them in the Blacklight Theater in Moscow. So, and while we were walking through the city and through town, so I saw the juggler expanded over in the 3rd floor, and I thought, that is so funny. A juggler is greeting me in Prague. So I took the picture and sampled the picture. And then I thought, oh well, lots of photographers go ahead and frame him like the classic way, but I thought it was quite boring, so I really wanted to make him become alive in the way how I just expanded him again, free. And that's where he just lives here. Just expanded with 2 hardware screws, and then kind of recalled that cable in here where he goes up with his unicycle. So this is called Passion 52, and I took that picture right after the wall came down. And I was living in, for a short amount of time, I was living in Dresden in East Germany because my father was working there in a dance school. I was director of the Palooka school in Dresden, and so I was living with a bunch of other artists and friends, and we took over a house which is actually down there. We're going to be there a little bit later. And this piece, was an old bordel. I don't know how you call this. Bordello in English, yeah. So it was actually illegal in the East Bloc, you know, to have a prostitution business. It was illegal, but for the high bonzen, so to speak, it was like an open secret, so to speak, when they went into that house, had their fun, came out. And what was really interesting was we just lived a block further down from that street. And eventually I came back to Dresden after the wall came down, and saw that a whole house was almost completely demolished. And we always called it Passion 52 because it's the house number 52, and you know what's going on inside. The photography is from Southwest France, from the Basque region. That's where I'm originally from. And this is a picture of an inside of an abandoned old castle. And that castle was built like in the 1300s. And then after it was built and people lived there maybe 100, maybe 150, but I don't think 200 years, and that castle got abandoned. Why? Nobody knows anymore. But really what happened later on was it became a monastery, and after it became a monastery, later on became a dairy farm. So the open studio, you know, in Santa Cruz always in October, September, October. And one year I get this letter for the preview exhibit. The past years was your preview exhibit piece has to be 32 by 32 inches, okay? So I get this letter, and it says all of a sudden, they raised the fee, of course, financial situation and economy and everything. So, but then also it says only 30 by 30 inches for your preview exhibit piece. And so what I did was, I thought, art? you can put art in any measurement. I mean, art expands and you're supposed to be pushing it and moving it and however you want, you know. So I thought, this is too much. So however, I went to Orchard Supply and to Ace Hardware, and they sponsored me with 500 yardsticks. So I took the 500 yardsticks, there's only 100 here right now. I took 500 yardsticks, and just in the same time we were remodeling a house on Frederick Street, friends of mine, and so I hung all the 500 yardsticks as wood chimes and as an installation up in the rafters. Before I did that, I cut them all off by 30 inches.